The NFL Draft is coming up in just over a month. And this week's CCX Sports Spotlight, we meet a young man from Golden Valley hoping to hear his name called that weekend. Boye Mafe just continues to improve as a football player.
Going to get flushed and chased and sacked.
The 2017 Hopkins High School graduate who redshirted his freshman year at the University of Minnesota is now considered a rising NFL draft pick.
The ball is knocked out on the pressure by Boye Mafe.
In his senior year with the Gophers last fall, Mafe led the team in both tackles for losses and sacks, and then turned in a great performance in the Senior Bowl last month and was named his team's player of the game.
For me, the biggest thing about that game was, I told myself, it's like, you came here to learn and, show the world what type of player you can be. So why not just let it loose? Not to think over a thing and just kind of let my body just play and let myself play the game is what it came naturally to me.
Mafe could see the progression in his game from his junior to his senior season.
Before, it was just more doing my job, doing my assignment, and understanding what I have to do in the field. And I think this past season, I understood more the concept of the defense, of the whole defense coming together and why I do certain things. So it made playing that much easier.
To get ready for the draft, Mafe works out 5 days a week, all in preparation for an NFL dream that now seems set to become a reality.
It wasn't the first day I walked in that I was like, oh yeah, it's going to happen overnight. But I think, over time, as I kept playing and as I kept getting into those roles and, my confidence kept building as a player, that's when I felt as if, okay, I could really do this.
The 6'4", 265-pound projected edge rusher is shown on some draft boards to be a late first round or a second round selection. Boye says come draft day, he's not going to worry too much about when his name will be called.
Whenever the time is, whatever team feels right for me or, believes that I should be right for the program, I think they'll pick me and I'll be excited to play wherever I end up.
Mafe closed his collegiate career with a home win over Wisconsin and then a bowl game victory over West Virginia.
From Minnesota.
The Gophers' win over the Badgers was especially memorable.
That meant the world to me. I mean, that's something as a Gopher you always dream as a kid of being that act. So making sure you win those rivalry games and be able at our home stadium, having the fans behind us cheering us on, and especially when they got to storm the field.
As he gets closer to the National Football League, Boye Mafe says he will remember where he came from and the high school that he represents.
Especially being a kid from Minnesota and, being a kid from Hopkins, we want to be able to shed a light to tell every kid that their dreams, that they aspirations, that they want to do, they can make it happen no matter what. As long as you put your work in the process, trust the process of working day in and day out and, and honestly making that ritual, that routine of working out, make it such a habit that it makes it easier for yourself and the rest will happen. Don't worry about the end goal, but just worry about the now and getting better.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.